What is up, everyone? Socrates101 here. Today we are doing a challenge battle. The FlashfirePKM sent something on Twitter and he said, you know what, everyone wants to fight me, just play me an NU, and I replied, and now I'm going to play him an NU. Oh, that's like exactly the moment we are starting, so this is great. And this is a very nice guy, and we're gonna see how we go. So I'm recording this. Hopefully he doesn't mind. Probably recording this as well. I do think that my Seismitoad is looking like a very good lead against his team in general. So that's something we're gonna go with. And as you might or may not know, this is like my favorite team in NU right now. Even though I'm not too fond of the clay doll. Maybe I should replace that with something else, but this team does really well, and maybe I should replace Thickfoot Hariyama with some other Hariyama, but still there to take Fire Blast from a mortar a lot better. So this guy is gonna lead with a Yuxi, which is somewhat problematic. I'm gonna switch straight into my Choice Scarf Scyther because he might pack the energy ball and go for that, but he actually doesn't. He does go for U-turn, which is alright. This is good knowledge to have because then he obviously doesn't have it, and he can easily go into Regirock right now, and then I get a safe switch into my Seismitoad and get my own rocks, which hurts his team a lot. I do think he's running Defog Mantine, but I can pressure the Mantine a lot. No, I actually cannot pressure the Mantine a lot. That's a bit of a shame, to be completely honest. But we're gonna go with it. He's thinking a lot about his play. I could actually pressure the Mantine with Scyther, but I do think Scyther can actually clean up late game, especially when his Regirock's weakened and his Grambl's weakened. Then Scyther can actually clean up against a lot of his mons. So he goes into Stompy, and that's alright, because we just U-turn out into our Garbodor right here. I could go into Seismitoad and set up rocks actually, because does Mantine safely switch in on Seismitoad? It kinda does, doesn't it? It doesn't, however, switch in safely on Garbodor, but then he gets a free switch into Regirocks and sets up his rocks. But then I got a free switch into Claydol and can spin them away like instantly. So I do think Garbodor kinda is my best play, even though I'm kinda thinking long term right now. And so that's what we're actually going to do. Hopefully he plays a bit faster than he is doing right now, because this is looking rather boring. I really hope you play a bit faster, to be honest. But here we go in U-turn. I go into Garbodor, as I said, and he's probably going to T-Wave. That's probably one of his best plays. Maybe he's gonna go. Oh, he predicted that. He predicted that. It's alright, because no, wait, this thing has Heal Bell, doesn't it? So he went for Earthquake. That's actually really good on his part. Do I want to get up this layer of spikes, or do I want to get up at Gunk Shot? I do just want to get up a layer of spikes. So that's what we're gonna do, and we'll proceed from there. So after that, if he still attacks me, I can just go in a Seismitoad and set up my rocks. He's gonna go T-Wave. That's alright. Now I can just go for Toxic because it doesn't miss. He's probably thinking, what the fuck's this guy doing? But I don't really care about Garbodor this game. It's a nice check to Cacturn, but I don't really need that since I also have Scyther. I also have Hariyama. So I'm not too worried about his Cacturn right now. Hopefully it's not a special variant though, so that would kind of ruin me. Especially the mixed variant would kind of ruin me, but I do think still Hariyama would be a very good mon to keep around against Cacturn, especially with priority and stuff. I can easily whittle that down, and we're going to be in a good position. So what I want to do is actually get damage off on this Gramble. Maybe he wants to stay in with the Gramble, and I should have actually gone for the Gunk Shot right there, but I'm just gonna go in a Seismitoad right now and get up my rocks, as he probably goes for Heal Bell. Maybe he goes Heal Bell. He should more than likely go heal well, but he predicts us nicely. That's alright. Now we can freely go for the rocks. Just gonna get up my stealth rocks. This is kind of what this team does, as you've seen in the past, and afterwards we can just go back into Garbodor because he more than likely wants to go for another player off. Or he switches in Mantine right now because that is not something he cannot do. And Garbodor is no longer really there to pressure him, but I can just easily go for a knockoff on his Mantine. Knockoff his recovery, which is going to be pretty big, which is possibly going to be pretty big. And everywhere they're popping these ones up on my screen on Skype, on Twitter, and I really want to check them, but I should stop the urge. He's gonna go into Mantine right now. Yeah, it's definitely alright. He's gonna go for the defog. And my team matches up very poorly against his. That's definitely something to consider. I'm just gonna go for the knockoff right here because that's kind of what I want to do. Maybe getting off a toxic on this would be great, but actually now I kind of threw away my Garbodor because I didn't really get damage off on that thing. But there goes lefties. It's alright. Now I can just sack Garbodor. It's really kind of hard right now. Psyshock on Mesprit would have definitely been better in this particular situation, but I'm just gonna go for another layer of rocks. Well, not really another layer of rocks, but just rocks in general. And here I can just go and set Garbodor because Garbodor is kind of useless right now. Prickly is a threat though, like it legit is a threat. Just gonna go into Garbodor right now because the Seed Bomb can be pretty obvious. I'm not too sure what he wants to do because Flashfire has a different thought process than I do, so he's a very unpredictable player. When I'd battle him, so it's definitely something to keep in mind. Even though he should be playing the Aegis/Suspect test, I don't agree with his choice of tier right now, but that's alright. He is thinking a lot. Here I'm gonna go into Hariyama and then like double out into my Mesprit and then just get off. Good old Psychic, I guess. Gonna double out into Mesprit and do what I said, pressure this guy like immediately. He's gonna go into Ground Ball, which is really obvious. The only thing that Hariyama really needs is some damage on this guy, and he's taking some. He's definitely taking some. So here we go. I'm not really too sure whether he's going to double back into the Cacturn or what he's going to do exactly, but I just kinda wanna go for Psychic right here, because he may predict that and may go back into Cacturn, but I'm not too fussed. Okay, good thing we went for Psychic right there, because that's really good. And here I can just click Hidden Power Fire, maybe predicting his Cacturn switch. That's definitely the play to make right here. So Psychic does a shit ton because Gramble, and that is definitely something that is stopping Hariyama. Hariyama has a lot of free switch-ins. The only thing that's really stopping it right now is his Mantine. And every single time I switch it in on Prickly, which is his Cacturn, then I just kinda get a free kill. Here I'm just gonna go Calm Mind. His Ground Ball gets killed by everything right now on my team, so that's really good. Setting up a Calm Mind, he's gonna defog. He's not gonna like this Psychic hit right here. So here we go. Already revealed HP Fire. That Mantine is definitely going to die, and we're looking alright. we are looking alright. So I do think he's Scarf physical, Mesprat. Which is something to keep in mind. And his Gramble is dead, he can go in a counter and Sucker Punch, but he knows I'm going to predict that. So maybe I want to stay in against the Regirock, against... Whoa. Is this a switch in? It kinda really isn't. I still have Claydol, so like it's not the biggest and then a problem right now. Okay, that's a thing. What do I do right here? I think I just want to click Psychic. If he wants to switch into Cacturne, that's alright. But maybe he wants to switch in Magmortar, predicting the Energy Ball, and maybe he's Assault Vest, and I'm going to die to the Life Orb damage. Anyway, I do get a crit, which is very unfortunate for him. And here I can just go into Scarf Scyther and just click U-turn again, because it's kinda what we should do right here. Yeah, that's basically the only thing I can do right now. I'm like down numbers wise, but he has 2 mons that are really damaged and 1 mon that's half damage, and everything from in my team is still at full. So 218 maximum. Okay, so Claydol should definitely outspeed this guy, and maybe I should fire off an Ice Beam. I do think I should. Because wait, do I go balls deep and click Signal Beam? I'm gonna click Signal Beam. So I'm just gonna click Signal Beam, predicting the character, and may want to come in on in Earth Power, because he might want to keep this thing around. It's definitely not faster. You might want to keep this around for getting up rocks. He still has the option to get up rocks. He has Ice Punch. As long as he doesn't freeze me, that's alright. Not the best thing in the world ever. I can go for another Signal Beam. I should definitely not do that. I'm just gonna go Earth Power right here. I should have probably killed it right there. I do think you were what was predicting switch. So income is probably coming in right now. He has seen Signal Beam, so he cannot really stay in. But I don't think Claydol is going to do anything that really stands out that the other guys cannot deal with, because I do think that my Seismitoad can deal with this Mesprat, since it revealed already to not have Energy Ball, and I do think Scarf Scyther also kind of deals with a lot on his team right now. Scarf Scyther is actually going to have a fun time when it switches in on Gramble, because it definitely kills it, and things are looking great. I'm just stretching because I have like this shoulder pain, and if I only do it with one arm, it looks kind of silly. Well, it's gonna look silly anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But here I'm just gonna Signal Beam again, as he's already seen the Signal Beam, but I don't think he can really touch me. If he goes into Magmortar, that's if he U-turns out into Magmortar, that's a good play on his part. Then he's just going to get a free kill on the Claydol. But then I get a free kill with Hariyama, and then I am well in, as Gargleflot would say. Then I am well in. So he's gonna go U-turn, as I predicted, and he's probably gonna go Magmortar, predicting my Signal Beam. I already revealed Earth Power, and so here we go. He's gonna go into Magmortar right here. I do think that I could very well switch into Hariyama and then save this thing for Death Fodder later on. That's another option. So here we go. Confusion? Nope. Definitely not. No, I kinda just wanna stay in and go for this. I need some damage off on the Magmortar in order for my Scyther to sweep, but we're just gonna go damage Calcate, and we're just gonna go Cacturn. Are you sword stance, and then we're gonna go with the scythe there. Look how much it does. Sucker Punch has a chance to knock me out. I'm not really sure. Yeah, it does have a chance to knock me out, so if that would happen, that's going to be very bad. But I don't want him to set up an SD, so what I'm going to do is just straight up click Ice Beam right here. And afterwards I just get a free switch in Hariyama again. So that's great, he's whittling down himself, it's phenomenal. And I get a free switch in Hariyama, which is good, which is really amazing. I'm just gonna click Close Combat and so, explaining some things to FlashfirePKM. I will put some music over this, and if I do think the breaks are a little bit too long, I will definitely just cut it out, and we'll go from there. But I'm really tempted to start the timer. He's taking a long ass time. So here we go. That's a nice amount of damage right there, and I don't want this thing to take damage. And I don't really need Seismitoad, so I'm gonna switch to Seismitoad. I'm sorry I'm picking my nose all the time, but it's really itchy. It's gonna be Healing Wish, that's really good for him, and he's... Ooh, Gramble. Wait, that would make sense on a Seismitoad. Gramble's actually a problem right now. He's gonna go into Gramble, and... gonna go knock off right here, predicting the Cacturn switch, because he doesn't want to stay in on the Scald. He's going to predict the Scald, and he's going to go into Cacturn. Sorry, my parents are going to bed right now, I think. Already? It's really early. So it does go into Cacturn, as I predict that nicely. Now we can go into Hariyama because it definitely doesn't take it out, and I can just start firing off more of these. Oh, that Healing Wish was actually really bad. So he's gonna go Seed Bomb, that's alright. Here I can just go... I wish I had Heavy Slam right now. Just gonna go for Close Combat, because Close Combat does what Close Combat does, and it deals a lot of damage to really everything except for Cramble, which is kind of what I need to kill right now. And afterwards I'm just gonna go into this. Oh, he sacks it. He sacked it. Brickley was definitely a big threat to my team. Like, definitely. You should not have done that. You should not have done that. I basically win right now. I lowered my voice a lot, I know, because my parents are in bed right now, but I still want to do this battle with FlashfirePKM. I do think this is actually a really good game. And do I suck this right now? I am kind of forced to. I do know that these things like to carry what you call it, the Hidden Pirate Grass. I don't think they usually run it with like Psychic, but I'm just gonna go into Seismitoad, and as my computer turns really laggy. He is slower than I am, so here I'm just gonna continuously click Scald. Apparently Seismitoad was at full, and So McMurder is going to die, and if I get the burn on the Gramble, I will probably take this game. So here we go. Here comes Gramble again, being at full. If I get the burn, I win. Like, I legit win. Hopefully Seismitoad and Scyther can together just kill this guy. Oh, he misses. That is very unfortunate. He still has the leftovers, but it's not great. It's not something I like. Yeah, because Toxic negated his leftovers, so that's why I was kind of confused. But that is 26%, would not have been a 2-hit KO, so it doesn't really matter. So that's going to be the end of this. I really hope the recording didn't fuck up. And I do get the burn right here, so that is like legitimately GG. And so I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed playing friends, and I really enjoy fighting against him. But I don't agree with his counter and sack right there, because it would have done so much, and he still had a Gramble at full, so he should have done that. But those are factors. Maybe he predicted something else. Maybe he predicted me to double into the Seismitoad, and then he would have had another 50-50. So forcing all those 50-50s would have been more in my favor. And so I finally end up knocking off his leftovers. That's gonna be it for today. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.